Just one moment. Yeah. All right,
So,
Kushal, so you can start. Yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, sir. So basically, I got the interview mail yesterday at 9 o'clock. Like tomorrow is the interview at 1 o'clock. So I had
You
to,
got it 9 o'clock in the evening or 9 o'clock
yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah. No,
morning?
no, no, at the evening, at
See,
night.
guys, all of you should learn from this. Some people are asking how much time we will get for the interview. Okay, interview intimation. So you can, understand from Kushal that he got a mail last night 9 p.m. मतलब अभी आधे घंटे बाद you will get the mail that tomorrow is your interview, right, Kushal?
Yeah, sir. Some pay people got it at 10 o'clock also, matlab, in the
Ah,
evening. Yeah.
right, right. So I know I was also the part of Mumbai recruitment team in TCS, and they have a lot of workload. So they sent it late at night also. So I can understand that, and
I
all of
wasn't
you.
expecting it to come at that night. Means like I thought like it will be around. I waited till 5:36, max to max 7. So I thought that today the mail hasn't come. So tomorrow my interview won't be won't there, and Saturday Sunday basically the interview won't be conducted. So Monday it will be there. So my thinkers, but at night I checked the mail and got tomorrow at 1
No,
p.m. is
but
your interview.
I'm very sure somebody would have missed it, right?
Yeah, sir. Like 4 to 5 of my college mate have missed the interview because they haven't checked the mail.
And it
Yeah.
happens. Some people sleep at 8.
Yeah, sir.
Very rare, but yeah. No problem. So good, Kushal, you were active to check it. So
Yes.
guys, all of you, please set the notification on of Gmail, or so that you can get the notification if you are not checking it, intentionally. Or best thing in life, I tell you, before bed, check your mailbox. Don't check Instagram. Check your mailbox. Okay. All right. So yeah, Kushal, go ahead.
Yeah. So basically, I reported at 12 o'clock at the office, but they were allowed me to go inside because they were telling that there were already many candidates of the morning batch, so you have to wait half an hour outside. So I've just waited outside the gate, and at dot 12:30 they opened the gate. So I went inside. So basically, they give the declaration form because my document verification part was already done 2 days before. So they told me like all the document is verified. So just they give me the declaration form, and after the declaration form, they gave me the panel number in which panel number I am in. So the panel number was initially 12, but due to their mistake, they didn't consider my attendance. So I waited till 2 hours, so my number was not coming. So I just go and tell to the counter like when is my number, like can you just give me the brief idea because I'm waiting for 2 hours. So they told me that your panel number is not 12 because it is not registered. So I was like, but it is written in the declaration form my panel number is 12. So they just because I think we were 7 to 8 students who were marked absent. In fact, in irrespective of we were present there, so our 2 hour was completely wasted in the starting. So they just assign us another panel. So after that, I got
Okay,
selected
guys,
on.
one more thing. You have to learn from this. See, you have to ready for uncertainty. You are waiting for your interview, and then you came to know you were not marked present, and then you again have to wait for long time. So it should not make you frustrated. It should not make you give your patience, right? You have to be mentally strong, prepared for the interview, even if your chance comes at 6 p.m. in the evening. Carry some food stuff to eat with you. And anyway, TCS campuses, if it is happening in TCS campus, they have a canteen to take care of. Okay. All
Sir,
right,
they
Kushal.
provide us food, like they had
Ah,
given us two lunch boxes, like
mhm.
they had provided food us also.
Very nice. TCS takes care of student experience. थोड़ा
Yeah.
snacks provide कराते हैं. But if your interview is happening in college campus, so ये facility नहीं रहता है.
Yeah, obviously.
Anyway, Kushal, go ahead.
So basically, when my panel was declared, so I just sat outside the panel. So there were one student who has already given the interview on that panel. So now the story gets little interesting here. Like I just asked him like what question were you asked. So there were two, one girl and one boy. So basically they were very very upset because their interview was not up to the mark, because the panel member, the TR member, had gone very deep. Basically, he has asked some code. He has asked them. He has asked them to write method overloading code. What is function overloading? What is function overriding? They have to explain the whole code to him with the syntax proper. So he just, because they can't answer, so their morale was down. Like the TR is very strict, like he's taking very tough interview, he's going very deep into the interview, like he is asking very difficult question. So basically they told me that, so I was like, okay, okay, I'm listening, okay, say. So then,
So I think this is one thing which increases anxiety,
yeah,
asking question to someone who is coming out of the interview panel, is definitely is going to increase your anxiety, right?
definitely,
And
definitely,
then
sir.
that person is like a celebrity. You must have seen this in the viva that happens in the college, right? All of us, jump on him and ask, what was asked, and it is like a press interview he's giving. All right, no problem. Go ahead,
So
Kushal.
yes, so like after hearing all that, so I was little tense, because after hearing that it's a normal thing, like human tendency, like we just be little nervous. So when my name was called, so initially there was MR for 2 to 3 minutes, and then TR entered the room. So basically, I just go and I just asked, "May I come in, sir?" So he said, "Yeah, please have a seat." So he didn't ask me for introduction. He looked at my
Oh,
resume and he just started me telling, tell me about your project, the major project which you have done in your college. So I tell him the final year project of my, like I've created an autonomous drone for surveillance and mapping. So I
mm,
just explain him the whole project, what is the concept of the project, what are the tools I have used for the project, what is the technology stack I have used in the project.
mm.
So he was like impressed about the thing I mentioned in the project, and he told me what was your role in the project. So I told him like I did the programming part and the flying part of the drone. So basically, after that, TR enters the room, and I also explained him the project a little bit. So he was like, okay, so let's now start with your technical round. So he just the first question was, what is JVM? Basically, when I explained him the project was in C language, and in my resume I have mentioned Java, C, and SQL. And as I have attended a session yesterday, someone told like I didn't know the this language much. So what? So you have to like just write in the bracket basic. So I've written C bracket basic. So when he just asked me like how will you rate yourself in Java? Like how good you are in Java? Like out of 10. So I tell him like 7.5, and
Yeah, very,
he
very
asked.
important, guys. When people ask you directly, how much you rate yourself. So don't mention, don't say, see, it is always good in life, when you undercommit and over deliver. You understand? So under commitment and over delivery is good compared to over commitment and under delivery. So if you say 7 out of 10, it is a good, and if you are very good, you can answer all the question, and then it will make an impression that despite 7 out of 10, you are actually very good. And but if you say 9 out of 10, then firstly you will be expected tough questions, and then if you by any chance could not deliver, it will put a wrong impression that you are calling yourself 9 out of 10 and you even don't know around 7 also. So always remember in life, always under commit and over deliver. That doesn't mean that you should under commit very low. Keep it between 6 to 8 is would be my suggestion. Okay, because I tell you, what you know is a very theoretical knowledge, whereas practical knowledge is very different when it comes to working on the live projects for the client. And that is where panel can always ask you some questions which you will not know. Okay, so always very good that you ask, you give your rating around 7, 6.5 to 8.5. Okay, yeah, Kushal. So what time exactly your interview began?
Sir, actually, my interview was around 4:30
Yeah,
in the.
so if your interview is happening after 3 or 4, there are less chances that they will do any formality of asking your introduction. Like he was directly asked about his project, so you will be asked directly to come on the topic, and they will ask you questions, technical questions. because by the end of 4 p.m. or later, everybody has to rush to home, and then panel also have to close the interview, otherwise they will not be asked to go to home. So if your interview is happening after force, please answer to the point. Don't stretch thing, because they are also in hurry to finish it up. Yeah, Kushal, continue please.
Yeah, so after that is done, basically, I have done my project in C. So he then asked me like, what will you rate yourself in C? So as I mentioned basic, so I have mentioned 6.5. So here tell me like, you are done, you have done project in C and you are rating yourself less than Java. So I told like I have done only basic, which is required for the project. Rest my main domain is Java only. So he was like, Acha, okay. Then he started asking me Java questions. The first question he asked me like was what is JVM, Java Virtual Machine, and I just explained him. And the second question he asked me was what is inheritance and what are the type of inheritance. The third question he asked me was what is encapsulation. Explain with the real world example basically. So I just explained him the real world example as I've gone prepared for that. And the fourth question basically he just looked at my resume and he was like,
So
okay.
before you come to the fourth question, guys, again notice he gave Ninja interview, and the questions he mentioned were OOPS concept. And OOPS concept is something which is always asked in the Ninja interview. So anybody who has fear of coding, who is not sure about any language, at least do the OOPS concept, because if they will first ask you tough questions, if you cannot answer, they will come to the basic. So if you can even justify the basic, you still get a Ninja offer, right? But if you cannot even answer OOPS concept with example or with real world scenarios, tough me, you are in a fix then. मतलब आपको प्रॉब्लम होने वाली है फिर. So please, OOPS concept is the most asked question in the TCS Ninja interviews and all the interviews. So by heart them with examples, please. Yeah, continue, Kushal.
So yeah, so after that, the next question was what is linked list? He asked me. So I explained the what is linked list. So he told me like explain the type of linked list. So I explained him like there are three type of linked list: singly, doubly, and circular. So he tell me like explain me circular linked list. So I explained him circular. Then he got into what is double linked list. So I just explained him that. So after that, the Java question were done and dusted. So after that, he came to the SQL part. In the SQL part, the first question he asked me that there was a paper like the paper he had already drawn some tables and he had written like sales ID, product expiry date, product manufacturing date, like the four columns were there. So he just pointed me at and told me that what is the primary key in this table. So I tell him that product ID is the primary key as it is unique ID assigned to every other product. So he told me like is there any primary key more in this table. So I told him that there can be sales ID, but as it is a rule of SQL that on one table can contain only one primary key. So basically, we can't have sales ID as another primary key. But firstly, we will focus on the product ID as a primary key. So he then asked me like, what is foreign key? So I tell him that the reference of the primary
Again,
key.
again, all these questions are very, very repetitive. I must tell you, these questions are something you must have answered a lot of times in your Viva. So, OOPS concept and basic SQL questions, foreign key, primary key, DDL, DML commands are, all every question is something which has been asked more than 1,000 times in TCS. So I think it is these are very very obvious questions, and trust me, at Ninja level this is enough. But you should like answer it very quickly and very confidently. Like Kushal, I am the way you are speaking, I think you have given very confident answers
Yes.
immediately, right? So it shows that your interview is going very good so far. Go ahead.
Yeah, sir. So after that, so basically the TR panel was like he was like impressed. So he told the MR panel like, do you have any question? So MR panel told me like, where do you live? Like, how far is the how have you come to the office? Like, how far is the office from your home? And that. So I've explained I live in Chembur. So he already knew Chembur. So he tell me like in Chembur where? So I tell him that this place. So he said, Acha, okay, there.
आपको आपको ऐसा लगा अरे ये तो अपना पड़ोसी है, हाँ, you felt that.
So after that, sir, like the MR, so the TR basically then came up
then
the question.
then you should have said sir घर साथ में चलेंगे, right? है ना, चेंबूर में ही है ना, after the interview I will wait. Anyway Mumbai has lot of commute problems, so
That's
good, yeah,
So
yes.
after that, basically, I told him that so the TR basically in my resume that it has mentioned like extracurricular activities. So he had told me that to explain what do you do in extracurricular. So I explained my role in the student council. Like I have been a part of PRO and I have done handled that much class.
So guys, remember when MR panel and HR panel will look more into your outside tech part. They will check your attitude. They will check your ability to work in the team. They will check you what other management qualities you have. That is why he is an MR, right? So he will check your management ability. So I see many students have only just mentioned technical skill in the resume. So how you will face the good MR and HR round, right? You need to, mention some extracurricular activities. I know you have done so many projects, but keep some space for extracurricular activities and achievements so that people can, MR and HR can ask you some questions from there. So one student is asking which branch you are from, Kushal?
I'm from BTech IT branch, Information Technology.
He's from IT. Yeah. Go ahead, Kushal. So you were mentioning about your role into placement council.
Yeah, so basically, he just asked me like what you have done in the student council. So I explained him like I have handled this many registration I have pulled in one night, and basically the main work of the PRO I've explained him. So he was like, so I when I was explaining this part, so I was much more confident than I answered the TR part. So he was like, you are basically smiling in this part, like I think it's a strong part. So I was like, yeah, I've done it proudly. So like I'm happy for it. So he's like, acha, okay. So उसके बाद like he just told me like are you willing to work in any location, that basic MR and HR question MR asked me. So are you willing to relocate? We will give you any technology stack you have to work on. So are you okay with that? So I told them like yeah, I'm comfortable. I will be able to adapt the technologies in quick time, as explaining that. So after all that is done, so he just asked me to wait outside for the HR interview. So after that, half an hour after my HR interview was done, so it was basically the HR interview consists of three candidates at once. So the HR looked at my resume and he told me like he looked at my application form. So he was like, "You have any backlogs?" I don't know. So he tell like, "What is the family background?" And if you do you are aware of the TCS background verify check. You know that I was like, "Yeah, I know that all the procedure." So he just asked me the MR question, like, "Are you able to relocate that all that thing?" But one thing I would like to mention is that in the HR he told me like, what did you know about TCS website? So at that point I was not able to recall like what I saw in the website. So I just tell him like TCS in the TCS website it basically offers the services it gives to its client. So it tell like rather than that what you have look into our website. So that part I was unable to answer. So he answered on the behalf of like when all the three of us were unable to answer that. So he told me
Yeah.
like these are the
Good,
things.
good. You highlighted that. All of you, please visit the company website of whichever company you are applying. Okay, because that's something which should be done because you should know uh, about the company, and website is the most uh, genuine source for that. And I have made a video on question related to TCS. There also I have mentioned to visit the website. And if you are a finance student or somebody who take interest into trading, then you should also know the share price of the company, because sometimes they even ask that as well immediately.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, Kushal, continue.
And the other thing I would like that was all my interview. So he told me like you can leave now. So basically, I would like to mention one thing like it depends on the panel also. And in panel like I think like how confidently you are able to give the answer, like they can see in your face like are you able to confidently answer like what you have written in your resume. So on the basis of that they will judge you, I feel so, like because as I mentioned, the same panel, like the other students, they have asked the code to write, which they didn't write obviously because the code was very tough as they have told. So there was like what did you know, they asked from the samne se, they asked like what did you know, like as a, so that I think will create a bad impression on the TR and MR panel, because at the end they are telling you to say what did you know, like if we are asking you, you are not knowing anything, so what did you know, just tell me that, we will ask on based on that. So
So
I
guys, this is something which is very common in the interview. See, you drive your interview. I am telling you honestly, we don't sit with questions in the mind. Of course, there are some common questions, but firstly, we look at your resume and then we ask questions. If you are able to answer that, we ask next question from your answer. But then if we are asking some questions which are not able to answer, then we will ask, then tell me what you know. I will ask question from that area. For example, especially non-CSIT branch students, they will not be knowing coding. And if your panel start asking coding question, then you might not be able to answer. Then they will say, what is that you know? Then you can say, I know this subject. You ask me from here. So he will ask you question from there. He has his laptop. He can Google it and he can ask you the questions. But when he say, what did you know? Then whatever you say, you should be able to answer question from there, because that is something chosen by you, and then you have to defend it. If it is not, then be ready to pack up your bag and go home. Nothing more simpler can be done out of it. So I am telling you all to prepare well for the interview, so that whatever you are preparing, at least you are able to defend it, when somebody asks you, what do you know, then. Okay. Yeah. Yes, Kushal, go ahead.
like in my panel they have also for some students they have also told them to write a query for the, they have told that to create a table, database table of student, uh, so they have given the different query also to be written on the paper. So basically it depends on how you present yourself in the interview, what are the things that you have mentioned in the resume. In the end they will only judge you on the basis of resume, like what did you know in the resume. If they can't find anything that can be asked in the resume, then they will, I think they will shift to the another topic, like some basics of what is cloud computing, what is TCP UDP model, I think, like that. That question was also asked in the interview of some other students.
Yeah, yeah. They asked this. Networking protocols. Again, these are very famous question. And then they ask cloud concepts, SaaS, AS, PaaS.
Yeah.
These concepts are there. And then if you are electronic student, then logic gates questions are there. So these are all the very famous questions for the interview that you should definitely know. And I think, Kushal, listening to you, a couple of observations. One is that you sounded very confident. I am very sure you are selected, because more than the knowledge, confidence matters. And then you were smiling while you are answering. So that again shows a lot of about your attitude. And trust me, if you can smile while answering, you are 100% getting selected. Okay, then take my words. See, we are human beings. As a panel, we after you move out of the interview room, we have a vibe. कैसा था candidate? We don't discuss like, अरे ये वो नहीं बता पाया, ये नहीं बता पाया. Of course that part is there, but more than that, you carry a vibe with you that is touched by panels also. For example, I am very sure Kushal vibes are felt by everyone here. Can you feel the same, like I am feeling, that he is a very positive attitude guy? Yes. Yes, people are commenting yes in the chat box, right? So it is the same, everyone is a human being, and what you are feeling, same will be felt by your panel. Today I made a video on how to handle nervousness. So this is how you have to handle it, right? You have to be smiling. Nobody knows everything, right? And that is how we actually face an interview. Okay, so you take it for granted that you will not be knowing all the answer. The biggest problem is you think that you will have to answer all the question, and that creates nervousness. Take it for granted that some questions I will not be able to answer, and smile and accept that. Those are your areas of improvement, isn't it? But be good with the basics so that when you are not able to answer a tough question and somebody asks you the basic, you can defend that. Okay. So Kushal, a couple of observation. You have very good communication skills as well. You are confident. I think for you, going for the roles like which have client interaction, client facing role, front end role, where you can interact with the client, where you can give a presentation to a group. I think you can very well do in those areas. So look for those areas when you get selected in TCS and you have to choose a role.
Okay,
Rather
sir.
than just being a technical person, I think your strength lies in teamwork, given your positive attitude and good communication skills. So look for, consulting roles, look for client facing roles. So that would be my recommendation for you. Okay.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
And thank you so much for coming up and sharing your experience. I wish you all the best for your results. Do you have any questions for me, Kushal?
Sir, I would like to just tell one more thing. Like, just don't forget if they tell you that to answer like what are the question you have for the interviewer. So just ask them the question. Just don't say that I have no question for you, because it shows that you are basically it's interest in them, like you are showing some interest in them, like if you back question them. So I
Good.
was don't sit
Yeah.
blank and just say that I have no questions. Just tell them like whatever you feel like, what is the ideal candidate for this role in the TCS organization, when I will get my result. Just interact with them, just ask them their name, like what is a good name. So like yeah, I also asked them in the end of the interview like what are the good names of the two-person sitting. So just they told me their names.
Good, good, Kushal. I think you highlighted an important point. See, you should end it on a very positive note. So, what is the end? They will ask you, do you have any questions for us? And always ask good questions. Don't ask questions like, what is the salary and something. Please don't ask that. You can ask for feedback. You can ask for, areas of improvement. And you can ask about how is their experience in TCS, how is the culture there, what roles you will be getting. So these are good questions. By the way, I have made a video on what questions to ask interviewer, and you can find that in our playlist on YouTube channel, and it covers in detail how you should ask and what you should ask. Okay. And it certainly put a last vibe, so your last impression is that which remains after you move out. So a good question can definitely, if you can make them smile, and again, so you have added a cherry on the cake in the last. And then when you ask their names, do check them on LinkedIn and send them the connection request, right? So Kushal, I hope you have done that.
uh I have not done till now, but I will do it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, so
Because I remember their names, to be honest.
send them the connection request,
Yeah.
and then you stay connected with them. After joining TCS, go and tell
Sure.
them you took my interview, you made a bad decision, and I'm here. Okay.
Sure, sir.
So yeah, that is how work happens. People laugh a lot, and it's a really good culture at TCS. I joined TCS, and then I came across the panel who interviewed me, and then with all curiosity, my interview was good. So I went him, sir. I told him, sir, remember you took my interview, and then he got silent and said, yes, only one mistake I have done in my life. That was a hilarious answer he gave, and we laughed. So yeah, good memories. So very good question. Okay,
Okay, sir.
and really, liked your attitude. Stay in touch with me. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sure, sir.
All right.
Sir. Okay,
Okay,
all the best,
Kushal.
guys. All the best for the interview. Okay, good to it. Bye, sir.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you. All right.